My name is Dwayne Newlick, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Hospital District Number 1. Our board has always believed in the importance of having a strong, viable healthcare system to serve the needs of our community. The following video is being made available by the trustees to the patrons of the hospital. We hope you have opportunity to view this video on our plans for keeping vital, sustainable healthcare in our rural area.
As you look at the map that's kind of being scrolled across the screen, you're going to realize that it's a fairly large district comprising of about 7 townships. Caldwell District 1 and 2, or Ward 1 and Ward 2, and then Shikaski Township, Bluff, Morris, Downs, Fall. This district consists of 1,112 registered voters.
I started in the emergency department in 2018 and have been there for 2 years. I work with Dr. Blanca and Molly and enjoy being a part of the healthcare team. Ever since I began with the emergency department, I felt like I am a part of the community, and despite not being from Caldwell, have felt part of the community and have gotten to know a lot of the people from Caldwell and I've made a lot of friends here. Everyone is very friendly and I enjoy working with all of the staff at the hospital. And I feel like we have a very good healthcare team and are able to offer a lot of services at our hospital. In 2019, we had 777 ER visits. We had 123 admissions, 699 days collectively of hospital inpatient days, 1,658 physical therapy sessions, greater than 20,000 lab draws, 1,432 x-rays, 416 CT exams, almost 100 MRIs, almost 200 ultrasounds, and almost 222 EMS runs.
For years, the hospital has been grandfathered in under codes and regulations, and if we built new or renovated the hospital, we would have to go back and meet those codes and regulations.
Hi, my name is Shallow and I am a lab tech here at Sumner County Hospital, District Number 1. As you can see, the main problem we have here is the lack of space, which somehow limits us with a working space, which makes it kind of hard for us to do our routine labs. Regarding with our machines, although we are up to date with the machines, but it wouldn't hurt to purchase newer ones that provides better test results and faster turnaround times that will be beneficial to the community. And also a very main issue here is the privacy for both the patients and us lab techs working here. I think it would be a really great idea to provide a more private space for the extraction.
Hi, I'm Joe Halling, physical therapist, and as you can see, our physical therapy department is rather small. Exercise equipment is probably our biggest need. However, with this limited space, we are not able to put much more in here, so therefore things are kind of limited.
Hi, my name is Judy Fink and I'm the new radiology manager here at Sumner County Hospital, District 1. I want to welcome you to the radiology department and all of the brand new toys that we have to offer the people in this town and the surrounding areas that come in and need our care. We have the new digital x-ray machine and portable that is taking us into the 21st century, which is where we need to be when we're talking about imaging. Also, I want to point out that we have a new ultrasound machine that's behind me, and it will offer the echoes and the vascular ultrasounds and anything that we need to be doing, OBs, all of that stuff. But with it, I'd also like to point out that in the facility we're in now, we don't have a dedicated room. So unfortunately, it just sits in the corner and we just have to kind of find a spot when it's time to use it. And we're getting busier and we're using it more often, and we really could utilize a dedicated space. I'm out here in the CT room that we have that is 24-hour coverage for the ER and for the hospital. And I wanted everybody to realize kind of where we are with CT. We are in a trailer that's adjacent to the hospital, but it is standing alone in the parking lot, so we do have to come out in the elements. You know, when the weather's bad, unfortunately, that's just how it's set up here. We do have a ramp and some doors that we have to get past. So a new facility, of course, we would have the CT inside, which is where it belongs, and it'd be in closer proximity to the ER. Another thing that's out here in the trailer is our DEXA scan. It works out really good out here. The only issue we have with it is we can't do CTs and DEXAs at the same time because we can't have patients, for patient privacy, we need to be able to have that separate. So again, a new facility, we would allow a barrier to have these modalities in their own environment so that we can better serve the people of Caldwell and the surrounding area.
And a lot of those things are very costly to do. Our infrastructure is currently past its useful life. Several of the things that we would need to change is the sizes of the rooms that we actually have aren't up to code. The sizes of the bathrooms, the number of the bathrooms, the sizes of the patient care areas. If we just took the hospital footprint that we had right now and we wanted to build the same size space, we would have to build it so much larger just to have the same number of rooms and the same services that we have, just to meet the code. The height of the ceiling that we have wouldn't support us adding any services. If we were to add a piece of equipment that was a fairly technologically advanced piece of equipment, it wouldn't work because we don't have the infrastructure to support that. Our helipad doesn't meet FAA guidelines. We would have to rebuild the helipad and get back up to code. We don't have a morgue. We don't have a climate controlled or temperature controlled room, but our mechanical and electrical items, they're past their useful life. Most of them need replacement. We have some very expensive problems. One of those issues is the roof. It leaks in various places at various different times, and we've done all we can to make sure that that roof stays up there and it keeps all the leaks out, but at some point in time we're going to have to do some very expensive repairs to that. We got a quote several years ago, back in 2017. They said it would cost about $100,000 just to fix the leaks that we have. To cap and fix the drainage issues with the roof, it's going to cost about $350,000. So on the south end of the hospital, the drainage is inadequate, and there's water that actually stands on the roof for so long that it grows moss. That's what some of the black material is on the outside on the south end of the hospital down on the ground. So in 2017, there was a video inspection of the sewer lines, and they determined that there was going to be imminent failure within 5 years of that inspection. The sewer lines run right down the center of the patient care hallway. If we were to repair the sewer, we would have to close down the patient wing. We would have nowhere to keep patients. That's a very expensive repair, and they basically have to tear out the center hallway. Our foundation is constantly settling. We actually have one patient room that the floor is settling away from the wall, and that causes some other issues, and we think that part of that is playing into the sewer. We have a very important decision to make. If we don't, we may find ourselves without a hospital. The cost to renovate is within 10% of building new. The main reason is that we would have to bring everything up to current regulation and code, and it would require a phased approach that would require much more time.
How healthcare is conducted and delivered has changed a lot from the inpatient setting to the outpatient setting, which requires more space for our outpatient departments. Since patients aren't staying in the hospital anymore, you're receiving care and you're going back home. Because there's been a lot of advancement in technology and equipment in healthcare over the years, and we've purchased equipment in order to stay up with best practices and things, but there's no places to put the equipment when we're not utilizing it. So we have to shuffle it around the hospital from one patient care area to another patient care area, just depending on what's going on that particular day. And sometimes equipment gets shoved into offices or into, empty patient rooms, which is not the ideal place to locate your equipment. Our windows, there's quite a bit of air leakage around our windows. Our windows are still original to the building. They've never been updated. Also in our patient rooms, the bathrooms. Most of our patient rooms, there's 2 patient rooms that share one bathroom, so there's access from both sides of the bathroom. The doorways going into the bathrooms are not wide enough for wheelchair, so bathrooms, and not only in the patient rooms but in our entire facility, are not ADA compliant. So we can't get a wheelchair into the bathroom between the rooms in order to take care of the patient needs in regards to that. So we have to use a lot of bedside commodes in the rooms, which really infringes on the patient's privacy, and it's just not comfortable for everybody concerned. We have one bathroom in the entire facility that is ADA compliant, that is wheelchair accessible, and it's down on the south end.
Caldwell EMS is provided by Sumner County Hospital District 1. We're part of the hospital, we're a department within the hospital, and the hospital being there is what helps us to be around. On average right now, from the time you call 911 till the time that I have an ambulance sitting in your driveway or right in front of your house with qualified personnel in it and all the medical equipment they would need to mitigate an emergency, is about 9.5 minutes. If the hospital weren't here, I wouldn't be able to provide that service for you like I am right now. You would be looking at getting an ambulance out of Medford or getting an ambulance out of Wellington or even Ark City, because I know the Wellington system is taxed right now. They don't have enough personnel or ambulances. So if you did have to wait for an ambulance out of Wellington or Medford or Ark City, you could be looking anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes for an ambulance. So part of the benefit to being affiliated with a hospital is we're able to share staffing resources, pharmacy resources, among many other things. Part of my reimbursement model is based out of the critical access hospital model. We're one of the very few ambulance services that's still hospital affiliated within the state of Kansas. And since I came in 2016, we've actually been in the black on profit on the EMS side, which is unheard of in the public realm.
Through the years, our board has addressed numerous issues with facility improvements and equipment replacement and infrastructure failures. These issues are just part of the normal operations of keeping a healthcare facility viable and open to the public. Our obligation to the patrons of the district is priority when financial decisions need to be addressed. Our purpose is to provide quality health care, maintain an adequate facility for the delivery of these services, and all the while keeping our hospital in a sound financial state with minimal financial burden to the taxpayers of this district. It's a tough balancing act when you have an aging facility. Healthcare facilities oversee the maintenance of one of our most precious resources, our health. It remains to be our continued goal to have access to care in this rural area. A new facility would offer a wealth of improvement in the experience our patients and guests have while receiving services. Healthcare is always changing, but one constant is the dedicated staff of Sumner County Hospital, our physician, Dr. Blanc, our care providers, and our compassionate employees. With the new facility, our staff could maintain their quality standards in delivering continuous and comprehensive care and services in a physical environment that promotes positive health outcomes. For months, we have been having conversations with other critical access hospitals that have similar rural areas and demographics. And 100% of the hospitals we toured experienced growth immediately following the opening of their new facility. So there is a lifespan to everything, and we are now at a critical point that decisions and action plans are needed. We do not want to risk the possibility of any failures within our current facility that would be cost prohibitive to repair and still leave us with a vulnerable, aging facility. We have the potential to improve the quality of life for every person who comes through our hospital doors and be able to elevate the community and surrounding areas we touch. A sincere commitment and support to this project from the community will have a positive impact on the health and well-being of everyone served by Sumner County Hospital District 1.
Hospitals are often one of the largest employers in rural areas. They are essential to the economic vitality of a rural community. If residents are traveling out of the community for health care services, we need to provide those services locally to prevent money from leaving the community. Access to health care is necessary to attract and retain businesses in a rural area as well. Healthcare infrastructure is more than just buildings and roads. It is nurses, it's doctors and other providers that care for patients. It's telehealth service that localize specialty care, and it is community resources that provide jobs and opportunities. Our hospital is currently the largest employer in Caldwell, employing 69 employees.
Hello, I'm Marla Nispel, hospital board member and also a former patient of the hospital. Around 2 years ago, I was injured in a rollover automobile accident. After spending time in a Wichita hospital, I was picked up by our amazing ambulance crew and brought here to Caldwell. During my stay, I was treated like a member of the hospital family. The employees were attentive, they were professional and compassionate. My room was clean, the meals were very good, they were delicious. Dr. Blunk and his medical team were thorough, and I trusted them to take care of me and my family. This hospital family has earned my respect. Not only do the citizens of Caldwell know how great our hospital is, but our name is known for quality around the country. I'm pleased to share that the hospital has recently earned an award for quality from the National Rural Health Association. I think it's time we provided our community and Sumner County with a new hospital, where this history of compassionate care and great service can continue for years to come.
The trustees have managed the district finances very prudently, which has allowed the district to remain financially healthy. What we can't control, though, is the lifespan of the facility. The trustees have taken on the challenge to move forward with a plan to replace our hospital building. Our hospital has always been a vital member of our community, both for healthcare services and economic impact. Our community, state, and nation are currently seeing how vital hospitals are to the communities they serve. It is said that communities need schools, churches, and hospitals to function and survive. As you have seen from this video, it's time to move forward. The question then becomes, how do we pay for a new facility? The trustees made one of their best decisions years back when they changed their status to a critical access hospital. I can't emphasize enough how this impacted the financial future of the district, as many aspects of the hospital became reimbursed through Medicare. Now comes the question, how do we pay for this project? There are several vital parts to this. Reimbursement from Medicare will pay for a vast majority, along with a combination of allocated mills and district cash flow from operations. Financing of this project will be through the USDA. With the current aging and physical status of our building, both the Board and Finance Committee are asking for your support of this project as a long-term solution for the health care of not only Caldwell, but the entire district.
The Board of Trustees, Administration, and staff of the Sumner County Hospital ask for your continued support in this critical mission of a new facility. Undoubtedly, this will positively affect our ability to continue providing safe, efficient, and quality health care to you, our friends, our family, and neighbors of the surrounding area. We're excited about this opportunity to secure health care locally for you and generations to come.